I love YouTube because it catches people at a different point. It's not catching people when they're bored sitting on their couch scrolling. It's catching people when they're actively searching. So it's bringing them to you when they're in a different phase of life. So if you're looking at sales, it's when they're searching things like downsizing their property or buying my first home. If you're looking at it on the property management side, it's creating content that answers the most commonly asked questions that you have. How long does my lease need to be? How much notice do I need to get out of a lease? All those kind of things can act as an authority builder for you when people are in that searching stage. So it helps you build your personal brand and become that authority piece for all things real estate when they're in that phase rather than sitting on their couch doom scrolling because they've got nothing else to do.
Hey there, and welcome back to the podcast. And I'm so excited about today's episode because we're diving into one of the most powerful content creation platforms there is out there, and that is YouTube. And if you ever thought about getting into video content but didn't know where to start, or if you're wondering how to make YouTube work for you as a property manager or real estate professional, then this episode is for you. Today I'm chatting with Clint Ranse. I met Clint on the amazing Hands Across the Water bike ride earlier this year, and he did all of the video content for that bike ride. And if you want to find out and see the quality of his work, go and check out the Hands Across the Water Instagram or Facebook or website, and you'll see a lot of the video content on there was created by Clint and his team at My Video Production. Now, Clint's the creative director, and he works not exclusively, but a large chunk of his work is with real estate agents, especially sales agents, and he helps them to create between 6 and 12 months worth of YouTube content in 1 or 2 days. And it's not only is it engaging, but it's also strategically planned to help them grow their online presence. He also gives you content that you can use across other platforms like Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn as well. But the strategy behind it is to get you found and help you stand out and build your expertise on YouTube. So, in this episode, Clint is going to share exactly how you too can get started on YouTube. No excuses. He'll break down the reason why you should be focusing on YouTube right now. And because trust me, you really should be. And he's going to reveal a secret idea that will really help you stand out as a property manager and grab attention from the right audience. So grab a pen and paper. You're really going to want to take some notes. And I hope by the end of this episode, you'll have a solid plan to get started and start leveraging the power of video on YouTube to build your brand, generate leads, and stand out in your marketplace. Let's dive in. Clint, thank you so much for joining me on the Property Management Podcast. Before we dive in, can you share with our audience a little bit about yourself and what you do?
So thanks for having me. Great to catch up with you in this format rather than on a bike. So definitely much different. I run a video production company that has two sections. We run My Video Producer, which is our full script to screen service where we help you break down your avatars and then create detailed content to be able to target them for when they're actively searching. And then we also run another arm called My Video Partner, which is where we support real estate agents with in-house videographers by providing editors so that they don't hit that overwhelm point.
Amazing. And well, you were on the bike, but you were still doing lots of video content while we were on the bike. So yeah, and some of that content is amazing. I'm assuming is it all the bike stuff on your Instagram and YouTube channels?
Yeah, we've got it everywhere. It's on the hand sites. It's pretty much everywhere now. I think it's sitting at about 10,000 views at the moment.
Wow, amazing. So, well, let's start before we dive into the specifics of YouTube. Let's talk about video content for starters. And I preach this all the time that, if you want to reach people outside of just your followers, you've got to be creating video content. But maybe you can sort of share a bit more detail around why video content is so important in the current world we're living in.
In the world we're living in, we're walking around with screens in our pockets. Everywhere we are is screens. So it's a very visual community now versus newspapers and everything that it used to be. So video content's become the way to speak directly to most people. That's where they're searching for information. Like most of the big platforms now, when it comes to search, it's video based for the reason of that's where most people are learning.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, we don't have our phones. I'm sure your phone's right beside you. My phone's right beside you. Yep. Our kids are even worse with their phones, having them right beside them. And, you know, video is, yeah, it is that's the way that we're consuming content. We're learning. Yeah, it is definitely the future. And one of the biggest platforms, but I think it's a platform that's fallen by the wayside a little bit, but it's now coming back with a massive resurgence, and that's YouTube. And I did some research on it earlier this year, and obviously it's like a lot of people don't realize it's actually a search engine. And it's the third most visited website in the world behind only Google and Facebook. And they are actually predicting that it's going to replace all of our streaming services in the years ahead. And I know you are a huge advocate of the platform YouTube. So do you want to just share with us a little bit about why YouTube, how easy it really is to create content, what sort of content we should be creating on there?
So I love YouTube because it catches people at a different point. It's not catching people when they're bored sitting on their couch scrolling. It's catching people when they're actively searching. So it's bringing them to you when they're in a different phase of life. So if you're looking at sales, it's when they're searching things like downsizing their property or buying my first home. If you're looking at it on the property management side, it's creating content that answers the most commonly asked questions that you have. How long do I need? How long does my lease need to be? How much notice do I need to get out of a lease? All those kind of things can act as an authority builder for you when people are in that searching stage. So it helps you build your personal brand and become that authority piece for all things real estate when they're in that phase rather than sitting on their couch doom scrolling because they've got nothing else to do.
Yeah. So, and with that, then creating content that uses keywords is really important because it is a search engine as well.
100%. So there's multiple layers to having YouTube work properly for you as a search engine. Your actual scripts or what you're speaking about to be very content rich. You use your tags to make sure that it's tagged properly for that right kind of content. The title of the video is where it's most commonly searched by Google for it to show up. Like if you look at your Google page, generally when you search, say, search downsizing my property, you'll get the sponsored ad at the top, then you'll get 3 or 4 video suggestions, then you'll start getting blogs and that kind of thing. So you want to have those videos that are showing up in that section there because it puts you ahead of everything. But then number 4 is your thumbnail. Like everyone forgets with thumbnails, it's really about making people want to click it to see what's behind that thumbnail. So there's multiple levels to getting people to engage in your video.
So let's talk about the benefits of YouTube then for, say, a property management business owner. What are the benefits of having a YouTube channel?
One of the agencies we work with, we went through and went, right, what are the top questions that you get? And we built a list of 25 most commonly asked questions for property managers. And it can be all kinds of things. But what we ended up doing was putting QR codes through all of their properties so that then when they're asking questions, they can scan a QR code. So it has, like for water heater repairs, there would be a video that linked to, hey, this is how you contact the right plumber. This is what you do in case of an emergency. And that QR code would direct them straight to that video on YouTube ready to go. So it cut down on the amount of incoming calls for basic stuff and buying back time for already time poor property managers. So
That's
that's the
amazing.
major one for it, for property management, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not necessarily about getting new business in. It's about time saving. It's about educating, say, your tenants on how to problem solve and troubleshoot as opposed, but that in turn, if you've got that for your tenants in place, that in turn is a great marketing thing to sell to your clients as well, to say, hey, look, this is how we take care of our tenants. We've got a dedicated YouTube channel that educates them on everything they need to know. We save you money on maintenance and repairs. We work really closely with our tenants, so we get you really good quality tenants. They're happy, they stay in the property longer, there's less letting fees, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm waiting for an agency to actually give me the freedom to go, cool, let's build a series that we can place into schools about how to rent your first property. Because how does that make you look in the community if you're providing a free resource to every kid that's graduating school to here's a detailed map on how to apply for your first property? It ingrains you in the community. It shows that you care about the kids, which then gets the parents involved. It just works on so many levels, but then it also brings you good tenants and good applications from those kids because they know what to do.
Absolutely. I love that. And I think we're going to share all your links in the show notes. I am sure you're going to be flooded with people that will go, yep, I'm going to put my hand up for that. I think that is an amazing idea. And I guess that's part of the fun of YouTube and part of the strategy behind YouTube as well, is thinking a little bit outside the square and putting together content that is a little bit different, but has a strategy behind it.
100%. So YouTube is that evergreen content for you. So there's so many different ways you can use it. So things like to use a sales reference for it, if you use that downsizing one, if you're talking to someone at an open home that's checking out houses, thinking about downsizing, and you can say to them, hey, I'll flick you over a playlist of videos that you can watch that'll explain some things about downsizing that might help you out. They're then spending the next half hour, 45 minutes with you without you actually having to invest any time. But it starts to create that Pavlovian effect where they feel they need to reciprocate. So when it comes time, who's the first person that they contact? The person that provided them all that value, not the agent that just went, hey, give me your name and number and I'll ring you on Monday.
Absolutely. And I think that works for investors as well. If property managers or business owners came up with a list of the most commonly asked questions that investors would ask, even at an open home, and you have a QR code to your video series at your open home, or you have a view in your email signature, you've got a link to your YouTube channel with all your investor video series. That is going to set you so far apart from your average property manager who emails through a list of fees and, a proposal.
Yep, 100%. And it's like for property managers, the main thing that I see that doesn't happen a lot is profile videos. Like, tell them who's looking after their property, get them invested in who that person is. So that then that way they trust and know that person. So I know there's a higher turnover generally in property management because they do get burned out and go, right, that's enough. So you can start to control that by getting them the video resources that they need to answer those frequently asked questions. And that means that then you can start to invest in building personal brand for your property managers. So that way they start getting known and it just works for everyone. So you're building your marketing by building your systems.
Absolutely. So what is the best way then for somebody to get started? If they wanted to, after watching and listening to this today, they wanted to go, right, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. What's the best way for them to get started? Because it's a little bit different to the other platforms because your video content does have to be of a little bit higher quality, doesn't it? And there's a few key points like your thumbnails you mentioned already. Are you feeling overwhelmed and thinking about selling your rent roll? Don't worry, you're not alone, and HDNU is here to help. Whether you're ready to sell now or you just want to plan for the future, the friendly and approachable team at HDNU makes the process simple and stress-free. Hello, yes please. With over 30 years of expertise, they're not just about crunching the numbers. They genuinely care about helping you maximize your agency's value and get the best outcome for you. Their sales readiness bundle is like having a trusted advisor by your side. They'll work closely with you to assess your agency's key factors, create an easy to understand heat map of your strengths and opportunities, and then sit down with you for a 90-minute workshop to guide you on what to do next. They'll look at everything from rent roll earnings and rent arrears to compliance and team performance and explain it all in plain English. If you're planning to sell soon, HD&U can even handle the whole process for you, from finding qualified buyers to negotiating the deal. Their friendly, professional team takes the stress out of selling so you can feel confident every step of the way. And to get started, simply book in a meeting with the team today. Their link is in the show notes. They're here to help you move forward with confidence. Let's be real. Compliance is one of the biggest challenges in property management, and it can be overwhelming to navigate. It's time-consuming, stressful, and let's face it, one missed compliance check could lead to serious legal and financial risks, and no one wants that. That's where Sensor Insure comes in. Powered by smart sensor technology, it offers highly competitive building and landlord insurance, bundled with an ecosystem of smart safety devices. These include tamper-proof smoke alarms and water leak detectors with automated remote testing and a 24/7 accessible audit trail. Yes, you heard me right. Sensor Insure is a game changer. It's always on and integrates seamlessly with your trust platform to streamline processes and provides live reporting across your entire rental portfolio. This ensures you're always meeting compliance requirements, giving you total peace of mind. No more waking up in the middle of the night stressed or worried that you've missed something or your team has missed something. So whether you're looking to improve your processes and efficiency, reduce stress, or protect your agency from risk, Sensor Insure has you covered. You really should see how it works. I totally encourage you to book in a free demo today by heading to sensorglobal.com or the show notes to learn more about their solutions and how they can transform your compliance game.
In a way, it's that age-old thing. Progress is always better than perfection. Yes, there's a million things that you can do for YouTube, but it's like anything. Same with socials. You've got to start somewhere. So don't get caught up in, oh my God, this is what I've got to do. The main thing would be get yourself a microphone. Get a small microphone. The DJI ones from JB Hi-Fi, I think they're $250 now, because audio is what kills everyone. People will watch with a visual that's not perfect, but if audio's not right, they will drop off straight away because everyone's watching on a phone, so you can get away with that little bit worse visual. But audio, they've generally got AirPods in or headphones on, and the audio, if it's not clean, is a quick turn off. So get yourself some microphones, but then think of what are the 10 questions that you're just absolutely sick of answering. You answer it 3 times a day and create a video about it.
Perfect. And what about YouTube Shorts? Because I've been experimenting with them since the start of the year, and certain video content is getting like thousands of views, and then other video content is getting 50 views. Do you have any tips on, because that could be a great place to start if people don't want to do, bigger, higher end sort of content, starting with just some YouTube Shorts could be a great way.
Yeah, so YouTube Shorts was the challenge to Instagram, essentially. It was YouTube's way of going, hey, we can do this too. And it's obviously worked because as of tomorrow, Instagram actually becomes searchable. So it's shown that YouTube Shorts format is really working. So yeah, 100%, you can be pushing them out on YouTube Shorts. And when we create content with people, we use unique cameras that allow us to film both vertical and landscape. So that way we're covering building YouTube libraries at the same time as social media libraries. So that helps with that kind of thing for being able to multi-post. But if you're going to do it in vertical so that you can get it to both, make sure you are pushing them out to YouTube Shorts. Anything that's vertical that is under 90 seconds posted to YouTube will automatically go out as a short.
Amazing. So talk to us a little bit about the service and how your business helps real estate agents create, because you do about 12 months worth of content in one day shooting, don't you?
Yeah, so generally what we do is 6 months in one day, 12 months in 2. That's sort of the average for what most people can get through. We did have one last week who got through 52 videos in 4 hours. That was phenomenal. He was super prepared, so it's not very common. But generally we'll come out, we do once we've got all the scripting done. So we'll work with you first to work out what it is you want to create, whether it's buying back time, whether it's marketing, whether it's whatever. We'll then script them all out for you. You'll be able to review them. We'll come out and across 1 to 2 days, we'll film all of that content for you. And then it gets split up into 2 libraries. We'll build your YouTube library for you so that all the playlists are done, the thumbnails are done, everything's done. And you just then have links to be able to share to people. But at the same time, we provide you all of those videos in a vertical format so that you can either hand them off to your social media manager or whatever and have a video going out a week that just acts as that personal brand authority piece and value to the community.
So what would you say to somebody that isn't doing video content at the moment?
Why not? That's essentially what it comes down to. Everyone's had it on their to-do list for a very long time now. So it's either start or put it on your to don't list. Like it's one of those things. I talk about it quite regularly with Lee Woodward. Everyone now, especially in real estate, you are a media business. Whether you like it or not, you are a media business. So you need to be able to create that content to have it going. So looking at it on the property management side of it, BDMs especially should be creating content that's going out to everyone. But it's the thing to remember is stuff that's common knowledge to you because you do it every day isn't common knowledge to everybody. So just create some content around that. If you're not certain on getting on camera, there's 2 quick tips that you could do. One, put it on a phone mount in the car, hit record, and don't look at the camera. Just drive and talk. And it'll help build that, okay, I'm used to getting on camera. The other thing is if you're not in the car and you're doing it, hold a water bottle while you're doing it. And you'll find it just gives you something to focus on to be able to just talk and not have to worry about what you're doing with your hands and just remove some of those things that freak people out.
Yeah, and it is a mindset thing. It is a big mindset shift and challenge. We all fear judgment of other people. We don't like the sound of our own voice. We don't like how we look. And believe me, I had that as well. And I actually started That Property Mum in 2020. And I share this story a lot while during COVID lockdown. And I hated doing video, but I knew I had to do it to grow my personal brand. So I did a video every single week. And they're all still on my YouTube, on my Instagram feed. They are so bad, so cringeworthy. But you can see the more confident I got, the more consistent I did it, the better I got. And I share that story all the time because, people think that because I've got a podcast or that I'm, online a lot, that I'm really confident. I'm not at all. I've got the same imposter syndrome as everybody else. I've got the same insecurities. My purpose is way bigger than, my fears. So
I say it to real estate agents all the time. You were exactly the same when you walked into your first listing presentation. You were nervous, but guess what? You got better at it because you practiced it. You did it. You drilled it. You went and did more of them. And guess what? You got better. It's exactly the same with video. Look at the biggest video creator in the world, Mr. Beast. Go and have a look at his earliest videos. Absolutely tragic. But now he's the magician with it. I saw one come up on my son's feed the other day. He'd been up for an hour and was sitting at 4 million views.
yeah.
Like it's just crazy what can be done with it.
I think he's on a mission to get a billion views. He hasn't hit it yet, but I think I've been watching a bit of Mr. Beast as well. And I think that's his latest. I heard him on a podcast, Diary of a CEO, recently. And his goal is to get to 1 billion views for a video.
So Diary of a CEO is a perfect example of YouTube and how far you can actually go with it. So to give you an idea on thumbnails, like we split test 2 thumbnails on every video that we do for ourselves. And most people go, oh my God, you spend all that time with it. Diary of a CEO split tests 100 different thumbnails on every video that goes up. So there's levels to the game. It doesn't mean you need to start at that level. You can start without thumbnails. You can just film it with your phone. Just get started.
Absolutely.
And ultimately record it. And if you don't like it, delete it.
No, and I tell people as well, I do a lot of my videos just with Zoom recordings. I record it and get it edited up by my team. And I can even put a script on there if I'm not confident or have bullet points on there. No one can even tell that you're reading a script, what's on there. I mean, I've got
Yep.
questions up here in case I have a menopause moment and forget what I'm going to ask you. I've got some prompts there, which has happened a lot lately, let me tell you. But there's ways of getting around the things that you're fearing if you're not sure about what you're going to say.
Yep.
Set it
And
up so that you can have a bit of a script.
that's the joy of our videos and values program. If you can read, you can do video because we turn up with that teleprompter and the script's all ready to go. It's shot on multiple cameras and it all just blends together so that no matter what, it looks amazing at the end of it. And it doesn't matter how many times you stuff up one sentence, we just go back that sentence. You don't need to go back the whole video. I've got an amazing team of editors that will make it all look perfect for you, like you just spoke fluently.
Yeah. Oh, well, I can totally attest to the quality of your work. It's amazing what you and your team do. And if you are thinking about getting started with YouTube, I'm going to share Clint's link in the show notes so you can reach out to him and yeah, get started. Don't keep putting it off because it is the future of where we're heading, isn't it? Like I said, those stats earlier, like YouTube is only going to get bigger.
YouTube's growing, and as more stuff's becoming searchable, everyone's got to remember within the next 12 months, the large language models that we all think are amazing AI now are going to start to become large action models. So it's going to change to, hey, ChatGPT, find me the best property manager in town. And if you haven't created the content around that, you're not going to be the one showing up and you're not even going to get in the door. So now's the most pivotal time for that to be coming through.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. There's so much value there for anyone listening that wants to just dip their toes in. But if you're ready to take a full leap, then I definitely think having a conversation with Clint would be very valuable. Now, before I let you go and get on with more video editing and work, I've got a bit of a tradition where we ask guests, what is your favorite personal development tool? Is there a book, a podcast, something that you can recommend our audience to help them with their personal development?
Okay, so I do personal development a little bit different, everyone. I've spent years going to different seminars and all kinds of things, and I've realized I can't travel enough to work with the coaches that I want to work with. So I've actually hacked ChatGPT to build what I call my board of advisors. And I've picked my top 5 entrepreneurs, and every day I get a single question from each of them that helps me drive my business forward. And then I have a secondary one that is my life advisory board that has 5 people that I look up to in the way they run their life. And that helps me run a board of advisors with the top 10 coaches that I choose to work with in the world without having to leave my office.
That's amazing. I love that. I love that little ChatGPT hack for personal development. So how can our audience connect with you further?
The best one to reach out to is myvideoproducer.com.au/links. On there, there's a heap of free resources. There's 50 top video ideas for sales agents. There's 25 time-saving property manager video ideas. There's book a strategy call. I think there's even a free DIY filming course on there that I created during COVID just to help people out. There's plenty there. But ultimately, if it's something you're thinking about, book a strategy call and we can go through and work out the best way to move you forward. I think everyone that knows me knows I'm pretty honest and upfront, probably too blunt sometimes, that I'll help you if I think we can help you, great. If I think we can't, I'll point you in a direction that will be able to help you move forward no matter what.
Amazing. Clint, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
If you're ready to be a super organized, focused, and productive property manager, buckle up because Colmio is about to revolutionize the way that you work. Colmio is the driving force behind property management excellence in residential real estate. Now picture this, a comprehensive end-to-end system designed to be the beating heart of your property management tasks, manage your properties, owners and tenants, and handle payments, inspections, and even marketing listings without leaving the platform. Colmio is designed to be an all-in-one solution to all your property management needs. And here's the game changer. Colmio isn't just software. It's been awarded the most innovative prop tech scale up in 2023. Yes, you heard it right. Colmio has been recognized for their groundbreaking approach to property management software. How good is that? So property managers, whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, dive into the future of property management with Colmio. You can book in a demo with the team today and go in their weekly draw for a Prezi gift card worth $100. All you need to do is to head to the link kolmeo.com/thatpropertymum, and Kolmeo is KOLMEO. Can I ask you a quick favour before you leave this episode? Now, we all know how important reviews are for businesses these days, and mine is no different. If you could spare just a minute to follow, rate and review this podcast, it would mean a lot to me. In fact, what would get me super excited is if you share this podcast with someone in the industry who you think might need to hear some of the episodes right now. And if you'd like to find out more about working with me or any of the products I have to help you start, grow or scale your property management business, head to my website, thatpropertymum.com.au, or check out the links in the show notes.